Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, Kaiserredux at the Black Belt Republic. Let's continue off where we left it off. So it's actually happened. The uprising has begun. It's kind of like capture Florida. It's one of our objectives here. We'll capture this port, capture Mobile, go to Biloxi? I'm not sure I actually pronounced that. Because right now, you are fighting, let's just put it, you're fighting a lot of people right now. For some reason we're not colored in, but we're also fighting us as well. They're at war with a lot. You're leaving No, okay, you were leaving Atlanta. Okay, Union Britain wants to send some volunteers, thank you. Because we need to get you guys capitulated as fast as possible. Right now you're at 71%. But I mean, we don't have that many men, which is like really a problem. Like, it's actually a huge problem. That, like, I'm not too sure how we're expected to actually win. Go to Greenville, go to Charlotte. Unless we're basically... Reinforcements arrive. Oh, thank you. Syndicalists and liberals from nearby territories have identified the Black Belt's fight against the CAR and their current socialist leanings, arriving to aid in any way they can. With these groups, we're no longer needing to be underground. With these groups no longer needing to be underground, it has been afforded us direct aid and a chance to better arm them. However, it also means the CAR has less internal dissent to deal with. No, I think we want to take those guys. Thank you. Right now, you two will deploy your way down towards the south. Because, again, we're only at war with the Second American Republic. We're not at war with the CSA. We're not at war with the American Union State. It's a very simple war we're dealing with. Cavalry Division 2, we don't want. Militia is a little bit expensive. What about, like, mounted? I mean, I guess we'll train up, let's say, 4 of you. Reinforcements, of course, are going to be top priority. We're running into some problems now. Huntsville's were 2 victory points. We got enemy units in the Dawn Republic's joined the Reichspakt. Don't care about that. Like, we just don't... Like, the problem right now that we're facing, we don't have that many men. Which is definitely a problem. Are you trying to, like, navally invade us? Not too sure what's up with that. France, thank you for the volunteers. See if we can cut you guys off from some sort of supply line. Elijah Muhammad arrives. A group of chapters throughout the Nation of Islam, was largely based out of the north until it caught wind of increasing instability in the Black Belt. Barely tolerated by the CSA and the American Union State, both out of hope that they would aid rebels in CAR and out of fear of moving against a prominent pro-black group, albeit a reactionary one, would alienate potential black recruits. They've increasingly sent funding and rebels to the south. With the emergence of the Black Belt Revolt, Elijah Muhammad and his entourage have arrived in territory with a large number of supporters trickling in. The rumors that he also allies with, of all places, the Young Clan due to shared collaboration as relating to racist operations. Part of the reason why he was confident he and his men could safely arrive has not endeared him to our government. Okay, war support goes up. The clan has grown. I'd say that's pretty much, you know, bad. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, how do we... With only 13 divisions, I don't know how we're necessarily supposed to actually win this fight. Okay, Mexico wants to send us a division as well. We've taken Miami. Hold position. Fall back behind the river. Because they just have more men than we do. Which, I mean, to be fair, I kind of... allowed that to happen. Jamal Shmir's annexed Nejd. That's kind of okay. But, like, right now, we don't have enough troops to actually defend ourselves. Nationalist campaign. The Universal Negro Improvement Association and the Nation of Islam have agreed to collaborate in what is being nicknamed the Nationalist campaign, which they call the Negro Liberation Campaign, with the Moorish People's Temple, despite the previous tense relationship and competing for the support of right-wing black nationalists. They advocate for ending conflict with the NDWL, stating that liberal and syndicalist ideologies and other ideologies represent a more incongruent with the needs of young republic than a white race nationalism who can be convinced to stick to their territory, and that black Americans should look east, not west, for unity. This is obviously dangerous to our government's desire to finish off the ODP and work with local whites, but they continue to pledge troops and commanders so long as the conflict goes on. As they say, this does not mean they will that they will accept to bend the knee to any white faction either. Left radicals such as Paul Robson and Harry Haywood are nonetheless calling on us to end this reactionary threat now and rely on the socialist supporters, saying that the black reactionary is a snake in our garden waiting to strike. Well, I mean, let's end that now. I'm trying to think, because where are you guys at? You're now at 62%. I'm just like, how... Okay, we got some American Union State troops that arrived. Thank you very much. That actually is helpful. Might need to pull back one province here. If we can take all the ports here, then that should at least make this not a threat. I think you just hang out in Miami for now. Miami's worth 5 victory points. Not the worst. Make more rifles, because that's kind of what we need more than anything. But you have no infantry equipment, because we're using all the infantry equipment on the field. Garvey announced us. From Liberia, Marcus Garvey has announced the arrest of American Union leader James R. Stewart and Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad, claiming that we are keeping them hostage and our government is sold out to socialists and Jews. We are feeling the heat cracking down on the Nationalists as young men refuse to sign up for the army, and Nationalists cause internal damage. With even more radical Nation of Islam calling for a war, we may have bit off more than we can chew. The African Blood Brotherhood is the only wing of our party that has some cordial relationship with these groups, and their followers under Duis Muhammad and Cyril Briggs, they're offering to undo the damage our government has done if given top cabinet military positions. Those whom view the APB as ultra-nationalist and socialist clothing, or a bizarre cult in and of itself, we should refuse, but our SPA members claim that it's the only way our government can hope to overcome the enemies. No, we'll stay the course. Chile, thank you for your guns. I do need it. Pretty badly. Thank you, Britain, also for coming to our aid. When do the French get here? 29th of August. So tomorrow the French have now arrived as well. Thank you, France. You actually are a lifesaver right now. We'll defend Florida. We do need, like, we need more men down here as well. Oh, you sent 2 tanks. Oh, very, very nice. Okay, thank you. Okay, they're taking back mobile. I mean, it seems like they're kind of wanting to escape. I probably, you know what? I probably should just let them leave. Okay, Belgrade Pact has fought Bulgaria. Or is fighting Bulgaria. I mean, the CSA is pushing pretty well against them. I think... Yeah, the federal government's also taking some land away from them as well, which is nice. I'm worried about this front, and I'm worried about these guys over here as well. There's a lot of things we need to worry about, to be honest. I'm hoping that they're just going to be having to fight too many fronts for them to... No, you're here. You move your way down here. Thank you. You guys are taking some more land, which is nice. The future of the nation. With the Nationalists having been felled and a lack of internal common enemies, there's now widespread disagreement between socialists and liberals on the future of the nation. The syndicalists, communists, and other revolutionary left factions basically want us to include a People's Amendments within our constitution, which will restructure Congress partially as a Commune of France and have trade unions representative elected directly by workers, becoming the largest force in our Congress and guaranteeing the right to future value of their labor. Furthermore, it will limit the ability of pro-capitalist parties to challenge the syndicalist system, though they have disagreed on how far to go in this regard. However, the first draft will be at least strongly limit capitalist wealth and the ability to found large businesses, disallow capitalist and reactionary influence on our political system, and illegalize collaboration with extremist, anti-democratic, and/or foreign pro-capitalist or pro-imperialist forces. The liberal and progressives have accused the revolutionary left of attempting to have a monopoly on political power and de facto excluding non-reactionary left forces, calling it a de facto dictatorship, an accusation that syndicalists resent. They have put forward a constitution, a black republic, which contains universal suffrage within a traditional political model of regional voting, separation of powers, and a limitation of government power, including in allowing some level of private property, which they say is necessary not only for liberty, but also for economic growth, investment, and prosperity. With the boys having executive power in a major political wing, since the felling of right nationalists, you'll have to decide. Well, let's us do our People's Amendment. I want... Yeah, infantry is always good, I think. Okay, let's go to you. Something's happening. I don't know what it was. You defend Miami with your life. I would still like to take Atlanta, because I feel like that's going to be an important city for us. Now you've taken Jackson. Kill these guys off. Looks like the American United States is going to take back New Orleans. And again, that's completely okay. God, there's so many troops here. Okay, you stop for a moment. We might need to abandon Florida for the time being. Socialists celebrate. The People's Amendment has been adopted, and with it, the revolutionary left and social trade unions are celebrating, although liberals and business owners are less sure what to think. However, as there are many internal disagreements on the nature of the social system and how far it should go, many are calling for a snap election. Especially Paul Robson, who essentially leads the Orthodox Syndicalist faction, and is a strong defender of the economically egalitarian workers-run democracy, while also supporting revolution against current capitalist forces and believing that the red militias are needed to protect workers' rights. Running from what commentators call his right is James Ford's centralist socialist and Dubai's wing of the Socialist Party. Both believe in a more gradual transition to socialism and maintain some elements of market where it may help. However, Du Bois defends decentralization and mutual aid, whereas Ford is a longtime ally of Browderist and believes in a centralist form of socialism with a pan-socialist vanguard and political pragma to protect it. By the way, is this done yet? No, we have 42 days. Get some more manpower out of you. Buffalo Soldiers. Dockyard. Submarine contracts. Okay, France is over here. They're helping us on this front. Thank you. It actually does mean a lot that you're here. Did I lose Purple Army? I did lose Purple... No, I didn't lose Purple Army. He's on his way. Okay. We did lose Florida, but we haven't lost the war. Which is important. You guys are still fighting here. I mean, how are you still alive? That's my question. We can't do any of these yet, because I'm assuming there's going to be like some sort of a party event. Buffalo Soldiers, give me the manpower. Thank you. Okay, you're going to hold out here. Mobiles were 2 victory points, so it's not nothing. Come back down. France has canceled the Lend-Lease. I mean, that sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the world. You just gotta defend. Okay, France, I think... I like your tanks are being here. The left vanguard runs. It appears that though Robinson is not only being challenged from his right, but also from his left. 2 politicians appear to give him a run for his money. Frost Right and Trade Union Unity League leader Harry Haywood being considered the more radical of them, calling for a total revolution. Haywood chastised Robinson for stopping short of what he considers a full revolution against forces of reaction, stating that building a new workers' economy to accelerate towards communism and destroying imperialists and their structures internally and externally should come before all else. The other is the Jacobin Ben Davis, who models his belief off the French faction of the same name and inspires from the Russian Bolsheviks and early European communist parties. Believing a transition from a syndicalist structure to a party-based one, he is a strong believer in strong leadership that will aid workers in building a ready state to defend the revolution, while defending against anti-communist forces and shifting goals of the revolution from syndicalism to a black American Bolshevism, which can then be used to aid the Internationale. Robinson has criticized both of them for training the workers to protect them. So you got more support for Totalist. The French are here. I wish I can get control over these volunteers. That would make my life a little bit easier. We're still defending Charleston. I think we might need to take over... take back Florida. In some extent. Okay, I think you're going to be killed in a moment. Okay, you're both going to be on this front. The AI has no idea what to think right now. But I think I'm going to have you deploy... Oh, you've actually cut this in half, huh? Well, I would say that's really, really bad. For sure. Yeah, like, that's awful. You come up here. Delete this line, delete this line, delete this line. You're here. Don't worry about the American Union state. They don't matter as much. I mean, we'd like to take over Atlanta. I mean, we've taken a lot of loss ourselves. Okay, the French are trying to push a tank into Atlanta. Do we have any aircraft? I don't actually know if we have planes. We have no airport, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other. The union elections. After enough deals were cut and union activists and workers within non-factional controlled unions turned in their votes for representatives claiming too loyal to various factions, if only one in particular had come to the front. So who's in charge of what? I'm guessing it. We got the Reformists, which are the Social Democrats. We have the Socialist Party, Industrial Workers Union, which allows for this focus, which actually is a lot of military factories. Stability goes up. Means production. Quality of wealth. Syndicalist media. Housing for all. Healthcare for all. Are you, So Du Bois is radical. Who's the, Harry Haywood, Ben Davis. Syndicalism. So I'm assuming you are... Let's have Du Bois be in charge here. Congratulations, Du Bois. You've won the election. Like, I'm worried that we might just end up losing. Like, right away, which would be embarrassing. Let's pull our troops back. If necessary... Like, I mean, Tallahassee is our own territory. I think, like, do you think if Atlanta falls, that'll be enough for the Second American Republic to fall? I don't really know. Which is really a shame. We might need to abandon this area. Or at least just defend Charleston. Because you are worth 1 victory point. I mean, we definitely need Atlanta. I mean, you're dead, right? Well, have you last stand. Just try to deal with this as well as you can. Pull you out and around. What if we take Atlanta and that's enough for us to actually be considered the victors here? 92. Because you're worth 10. Which I guess actually isn't that much. Okay, Atlanta's fallen. Which puts you down to 31%. You're doing alright. You're worth 1. Huntsville's worth 2. Nashville's worth 10 as well. So I think the only thing that we can do right now is just try to... We might need to abandon this area. Come over to this port. Hopefully that's not going to be enough to capitulate us, which I don't think it should be. And again, we're really waiting for... Delete this plan. You're now wounded. You come over to here. Okay, we're not capitulated quite yet. Which is great news. Don't know where our volunteers are going. We probably need to defend Birmingham, would be a guess. I mean, we can't lose Atlanta. You're sick or wounded. Replace you with somebody else. We're going to defend Buffalo Soldiers. Oh, you've risen up. The Boys Cavalry. Thanks for... Wait, 2 divisions. Go, 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 go. Hell yeah. 2 divisions. Not... It's not that good, actually. Let's weed out the clan. We need to defend here. Our volunteer... Not our volunteers. Our units here are almost back. I mean, we need somebody to take Nashville. I think if Nashville falls, that might be enough. No, turn on... Come back up here. I don't like this at all. Are you attacking? No, that's our ally attacking. You're still doing nothing. Reinforcements are on their way. The Socialist Party has won the election. Follow that up with stability. We'll go with you. We've lost Atlanta. Okay, lovely. Great, great to see. Oh, if I actually stop, you're now technically the defender. Okay, that's nice. We'll assign you under just anybody. It doesn't really matter. And Tallahassee was one of our cities. But we'll pull back just to make sure we can actually defend everything we have. Take back Jackson. We're 2. But I think for right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. My Ansem. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoy, click some down. You want some more, subscribe, and goodbye.